Hello and welcome to the Conscious Leadership Podcast, which now includes a specific thread for the Women into Business Academy. My name is Julie Hogbin, your host on both podcasts, and if you have any questions on anything you hear, please ask. And if you would like a specific topic covered, let me know. And if you like what you hear, please share. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Conscious Leadership Podcast, and today I thought I'd tell you a little story. A while ago, I entered a prize draw, so a raffle with an organisation, and I can't even remember what I had to pay or what I bought to enter the prize draw. No idea. It may have been a book of some description, or it may have been posting out on social media about somebody or something. No real idea, I can't remember. And I'm recording this in February 21, and it probably was in November that I did this. And I didn't actually enter the competition for the prize. I entered the competition because the bonuses that came with it were worthwhile in their own right. And this was with a company called Progressive. So shout out for them and the bonuses they offer for the cost that you pay or contribution that you make, whatever that contribution might be. So I entered the raffle, the prize draw. I was online when my name actually got called out as being the winner, which is random, but anyway, my name was called out. I got excited and I thought, well, I haven't won a prize for ages, a long time, probably because I don't enter prize draws, who knows, but anyway, I was delighted to have won, and the prize was an iPad, and I thought, oh, I've got an iPad. So as much as I was so happy, one of my first thoughts was, I've got an iPad, do I need another one? And of course the answer is no, I don't need another iPad. I've got one that is perfectly serviceable. Anyway, I thought about it for a little while, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask if I can change the prize. So I contacted the organisation, found the person that I needed to talk to, and asked if I could have a Remarkable 2 rather than the iPad. And I was told, yes, you can. And I offered to pay any difference in price from the iPad to the Remarkable 2. You know, I didn't want to up the spend on the gift and cost them more money. And I didn't know whether there was a price difference or not, but I'd asked for the upgraded pen, which I know was slightly different in price. So I had no idea, but I made the offer. Anyway, the story is that I had seen people using a Remarkable, and I missed, for various reasons, every opportunity that when Remarkable was giving discounts on buying the product, you could get an upgraded pen at less cost, you could get the cover that went with it at less cost, and I'd missed all of those. I can't remember why. Various things happened, my credit card wasn't accepted, I don't know, various reasons why. And then I'd looked at Remarkable a couple of times and I thought, oh, I'll get it when I move, I'll get it then, I'll get it whenever. And I never, ever ordered myself one. So what's the moral of this story? There's always a reason for things. So there's a reason I didn't order it initially. There's a reason that my credit card didn't work, or whatever it was at the time that stopped me completing the purchase online. There's a reason that I delayed and procrastinated. And I didn't know that at the time. But what's the reason? The reason is that I won a prize draw. I asked the question if I could change the prize. I got the answer yes. So I've got my Remarkable 2. And it landed in my hands this morning. And I'd actually forgotten that it was coming. I knew it had been delivered into the organisation. So it had been delivered into Progressive. And I knew it was being sent out to me. But because I'm moving and there's so much going on, I'd actually forgotten. So I've got the gift of hearing my name spoken online. I've got the gift of making the request to change the prize. I've got the gift of it being delivered this morning. So 3 gifts in one. I'm really grateful for all of them. And the moral of the story, there's always a reason for everything. We don't always know what that is. But another moral to this story is the old saying that if we don't ask, we don't get. Those who give shall receive. Those who ask shall receive. Now, I'm not a religious person, I'm spiritual. But if you look back in history, some of the old sayings are really true. And over this last couple of weeks, I have been running rooms on Clubhouse, and I know there are people in the audience who want to ask a question and for whatever reason, don't ask the question. So I'm putting this out there that please ask the question and get over whatever it is within yourself that says you can't. And that might be a fear of rejection. That might be a fear of being laughed at. That might be a fear of just opening your mouth and expressing yourself. There's all sorts of reasons why we don't do this. But until we ask the question, we never know what the answer is going to be. So had I not have asked the question of, can I change my prize, please, very politely, very nicely, very professionally, I may not, well, if I had not asked the question, I wouldn't have got the response I got. I wouldn't now be sitting with the remarkable 2. So why am I telling you this and why today? Because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to know that it is okay to ask questions. Now, the progressive could have said no, and they didn't. They said yes. So it is okay to ask questions. If they'd have said no, I would have happily had a new iPad. It may have been a better version, better memory than the one I've got. Who knows? And I would have been very grateful for that. And then potentially I could have passed my iPad on to somebody who doesn't have one. And my iPad is perfectly, in good working order. So what's the moral of the story? Please ask those questions. Please ask those questions of whoever you need to ask the question of, because who knows, you may actually get the answer that you wish for. You may not, but you might. And until you ask, you will never know. So ask those questions. This is a key foundation of life. It's a key foundation of knowledge. It's a key foundation of growth. It's a key foundation of development. It's a key foundation for everything we do. The facility to ask questions, good questions, and not be fearful of the answer, not be afraid of the answer, even if the answer is no, because you'll never know until you ask the question. So I'm delighted to be talking briefly on this Monday edition of the Conscious Leadership podcast around asking questions. Ask and you shall receive. Not always, of course not. But if you never ask, you will never know. So please get those questions out, formulate them, ask people. You can ask questions on email, you can ask questions by voice, you can ask questions in any format you want to ask them. You can ask questions on text. It doesn't have to be face-to-face, doesn't have to be verbal, but the questions can still be asked. So I'm going to close this. This is a shortish episode for a Monday edition. And it's just that. Go out and ask those questions. You never know what the result will be. Thank you for listening to the Conscious Leadership and the Women into Business Academy episodes. If you have any questions, please ask. You can find me on all of the normal social media channels, along with Facebook pages and groups, LinkedIn pages and a YouTube channel. If you like what you have heard, please share to spread the message. And if you have anybody or a subject matter that you would like me to either interview or talk about, please let me know.